He had the accident several years ago, but then I became his local lung doctor because he has been on the breathing machine since the accident. The accident cut his spine in the C2 level, in the second cervical spine, and because of that, he is just like Christopher Reeves. He couldn't breathe on his own, and so he was committed to this breathing machine for the rest of his life. He has a very loving and supportive family, and so after we developed a relationship, eventually his wife, who has been a wonderful advocate for him, inquired about whether a diaphragmatic pacing could be a possibility. And so that's how everything started.
Yes, got hurt, I realized that that was the way, well, I should say this, is the way I had to live. That's about all there is to it.
Well, it's kind of like waiting for Christmas when you're a little kid. We kept thinking, any month now they'll be ready to do this. And then after the surgery, there's 4 weeks of healing time before they take that first breath. So, but everybody assured me it was going to work.
It is not a departure in any way from of what I do on a day-to-day basis. This is purely an anatomical exercise, meaning that I put in pacemakers, okay? So that is the electrical part. This is a device that's very similar. It has sort of a similar location on the body, and we do similar procedures. So it's an extension of what we do on a daily, day-to-day basis. That being said, the novelty was just basically dealing with the nerve that you need to isolate and find. And that is, again, an anatomical. You need to know where the nerve lives, you need to know how to handle it. And again, in the realm of what I do for a living, this is completely within the boundaries of that.
Kind of like I feel more freedom. I'm not so attached to horses.
That was the thing that I think was the hardest for me, is having that constant noise in the room. It makes it hard for Dale to hear. It makes it hard for him to communicate with other people because that ventilator's always there. And I was on some websites that were talking about new things for quadriplegics and came across this phonetic nerve pacer. So I asked Dr. Mendoza about it and if he would recommend a hospital we could go to, and after a couple weeks he decided he would do it here in Green Bay. It was exciting to know that this could work and change Dale's life. Yeah, I would say it's life-changing. I mean, when he plays poker with his buddies, they like it. They like the peace and quiet. And he can talk on the phone, because when he's on the phone with the pacer, you don't have any interference when you vent, making noise right by the telephone. We did it because we thought it would be a better life without the noise, and the ventilator is not, it's easy to manage, but it's always, you have to be afraid all the time that tubes are going to disconnect, because it's just plastic. Sometimes you go through a doorway and break a circuit off. Everywhere we went, we carried an extra circuit with us in case he had problems, an extra trach in case it broke. So it's just a lot easier to just pick up and go someplace now. I guess I really do love Dale, and I would do anything for him.
And there's less chance of something going wrong. And I don't have to worry about a hose becoming separated or unattached. So it gives me a little more security. Any kind of freedom is always something I desire or that makes me feel more independent.
We're sort of figuring this out. We know a lot more from the children's literature than adult literature, and the number of adult cases in the world are few. And there's only one vendor that makes it. And so I think as the technology becomes more democratized, I think we'll find out. But I think the future is pretty interesting and favorable.